3, 2, 1.
Boom. Welcome, Matador sports fans. You're watching The Brief. This is where we recap the week's events. And of course, we always keep it short and sweet. Also, be sure to follow more of MSN's productions. You can follow our website, our Twitter, Facebook, and our Instagram. And last but not least, the show itself. Let's get it on. This week, let's start with Avril. She got women's soccer.
Hey, this is April Preciado from Matador Sports Network. I'm here live at the SRC turf field for the women's soccer versus USC. Here's a little recap of what went down. The heat was on. Season's women's soccer started the game off strong with excellent teamwork. One of the season players kicked the ball to another player that headed the ball to Denise Belmontes, where she secured the score. Season continued the excellent teamwork as Season's number 17 made a sliding pass to Luz Gramajo, where she scored. USC made two great attempts where they were in scoring position, but they came up short. The final goal of the game was made by Denise. She was able to secure the ball and was able to outplay USC's goalie to easily tap in the third goal. I had a one-on-one interview with Denise to speak to her about the game. We're here with Denise Belmontes. How do you feel about today's win?
I think it's exactly what we needed because USC was like a good challenge for us, and us being tied for first, I think it was like a good push towards that like better spot. So,
how do you feel about winning the game ball for today's game?
It was my first time, so it feels special. I'm proud, but it's all on my team, so I thank them for it.
For Matador Sports Network, I'm April Preciado, signing out.
Good work, Avril, and congratulations to the women's soccer team shutting down the Trojans. I always love it when we beat USC. Now let's go over to Long Beach, where women's rugby played Long Beach State, and this game had massive consequences. It was for nationals. These two teams battled it out, and let's see exactly what happened.
This rugby game in Long Beach would start off in an absolute struggle. The two bitter rivals clashing together at center field and not giving each other any room whatsoever. Of course, it doesn't take much time for rivals to start getting chippy. Right about here in midfield, penalties started taking place. Back, to back, to back, to back. Until this penalty, you know which one I'm talking about. This one, raging hit right in the center field, would go against Long Beach State. That would put the Matadors in excellent scoring position, and Katie Cargari putting an excellent forecheck together, knocking the ball out of Long Beach hands, putting them in a scoring position where they were able to push Jessica Murillo into the try area, and that would be the first score of the game. Season would convert their 2 points after the fact and would go up 7-0. That would conclude the half, and the second half started exactly the same as the first. Deadlocked in the center, and not much movement. Until finally... That's right, more penalties. They mounted up to 20+. Katie Cargari able to find room and move out of the deadlock in center field, coming across the line, drawing a penalty, and getting the Matadors another 3 points on a kick for points. This is when Long Beach State decided they'd had enough. Down 13-0, they literally pushed themselves into the end zone, backing themselves up and eventually trucking into the try area. Katie Cargari once again would find room, and after a successful couple of plays for the Matadors, they would find themselves in scoring position once again. They elected to go for the kick for points, and that would make the score, at this point, 13-7. Long Beach came back, scored once again, and then minutes later after the kick, they'd come back and score once again. Big bodies up front for them were very successful on the day. They would go on to win the game 22-13, and the Matadors, showing good sportsmanship after the game, high-fiving. I was able to talk to their head coach, and this is what she had to say.
Well, the game shifted from a lot of missed tackles. They let the bigger girls get through the line and get close to the try line, and it was just missed tackles that led to them scoring on us.
Although the Matadors lost that game, they're not out of it yet. The Matadors front office are petitioning a bid to go to USA's governing body of rugby. Should that be successful, the Matadors will be able to play one more game to dictate whether or not they go to nationals, and we'll know how that goes on April 7th. So stay with us for that. And now let's move along to something else. Speaking of the national stage, Matador Boxing just landed in Miami at approximately 6:59, and they are getting ready for their tournament this weekend, where they have an opportunity to bring home belts in the name of CSUN. And you saw Chasing Greatness with Macario del Castillo. We featured him last week. He's the driving force behind Matador Boxing. We featured the sole woman representative for the Matadors, Giovanna Miranda, and another boxer, Terrence Harris, in this week's episode of Chasing Greatness. Let's watch a snippet.
However, the only female Matador boxer's nerves are settled by her mother's support. As one Matador warms up, sophomore Terrence Harris arrives. The young right-hander is the newest face in the Matador gym.
Man, Terrence, can't say enough about him. He was real green when I first saw him. Real green. Went to the studio every time, put in the work, picked up very, very fast. You know, he's like a sponge. Absorbed everything, kept everything in.
To watch the entire episode, click right here. They'll be boxing this weekend, and good luck to our boys and Giovanna. That's all I have to say about that. Let's go over to Ryan Music, our update anchor about this weekend's activities. Here we go.
And here's what we have coming up. We have 2 teams competing in nationals this weekend. Triathlon will be in Arizona, and then we also have the boxing team. They'll be in Florida. So best of luck to those teams as they compete in nationals. Then we have the baseball team. They'll also be in Arizona. They're taking on the ASU Sun Devils. And then we have both men's and women's soccer in San Diego this weekend. So best of luck to all of our sports clubs. Next order of business, come check us out on the grass in front of Baramian Hall this afternoon. We'll be there from about 4 to 7 for the CSUN Dine. And finally, come check us out on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at MatadorsSN. We'll follow back. We want to hear from you. And that's all I got. Have a great spring break, everybody. I'm out.
You're listening to a demo for StockMusic.com.